Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm Gamesplaining Sagani. So this is Sagani. It is set up as a two-player game. If you've watched my Gamesplained, you'll have an idea of how the game actually plays. This is first player marker, so black will be first player. Okay, let's get straight into it. So the very first thing that black needs to do is select one of the 5 tiles that is showing, and he thinks he will select that white one to start with. That has 3 arrows, so he puts 3 markers onto that spot. It is now over to white. White is going to grab that one and once again put 3 markers on top there. It's back over to black. Black is going to grab that orange and place it that way up. So what he's done, the orange is pointing towards the orange. The new tile in gets 3 markers and white is pointing towards white. So he gets to mark that down. Okay, white is going to grab that blue. He doesn't get to mark anything off, but he's got this blue and this blue pointing towards a blue just there, potentially. And back over to this player. So player 1 has the choice of this tile, which is the green with green and white on it, or he could take this white tile. Now, he doesn't have any white arrows, so it's actually more valuable for him to take this one. And then he has to make a choice as to whether he wants to go there to give this white a go, or go there, in which case that green gets joined up. Or if he goes here and he thinks he will go there, he's got both the white and the green pointing for him. And then 5 new tiles come out. And it's white player's turn. White is going to grab that one and put that in that way as well. Black only has green or blue to point, so he really wants one of the 2 blue ones. And it is probably worth his while to grab that blue. He can put it in there, knocking out the white one, or there, knocking out the green one. Or he could put it over here, knocking out the green one. It's probably worth his while actually to go there, because that has now scored that one. So that gets 6 points for black. Then the 4 markers go on and green is pointing towards green. So he knocks that over. Back over to this player. White is 100% going to take this one. He's now pointed white towards white. That one and that one all get covered up. So he takes that marker back and flicks that over, which gets him 1 point. Back over to black. Black thinks that it's probably worth taking that. He'll put that one in there, so he gets that white straight away, and that's marked off. Just pull this over this way a little bit. Okay, it's back over to this player. Once again, he has the choice of putting that one up there and taking a green, or he can take that, and he thinks it's actually more worthwhile for him to take this one. And he'll place it there, which gets that one completed, which gets that, and he should have marked that one before. So that flicks over, getting him another single point. And it's this guy's go. We get some new tiles out, and he thinks he'll go after this one. He really needs to put green there, so he can finish that one off. That's only going to clean the blue one. No, he thinks he will go with that way around. So that one goes on there. And 3 more. That one is now complete. So those 2 come off. And he gets 3 points. It's back over to white's turn. And he thinks he'll grab that one and put it in there. At the moment, he puts up this way because he's got orange pointing to there and orange point to there. So if he gets an orange one in here, that will actually knock 3 of the spots out. That has completed that one. So we take those tiles, flick that tile over. That gets him 10 points, which screams him into the lead. And 3 of these tokens go back onto that tile. Back over to black. This one would have been great to go in here, but obviously that hasn't been able to happen. So what he thinks he might do is throw this one in here, which gives that white, and he puts 3 back down on the new one and covers the orange. Back over to the white player, who will take that one and place it in just there. So that white And moving forward, it's back to this player. So he's got either this green, which he would put there and get that one back straight away. So it's an easy 1 point. Or he can take the blue. He's got a couple of spots where he needs a blue. So he might actually take the blue in this case. And he'll put it there, which has completed this spot and this spot. He puts 2 markers on there. That orange has been completed as well. This one now goes up into the spot to be auctioned off or to be gained once we get 4 into that space. It's this guy's turn, White's turn. He really needs an orange just here. So he might grab that one. If he puts green straight down, then he's going to have to put a white in here. Look, let's just go with that. This one is completed. Of course, that's orange. So he gets those markers back, which is worth 6 points. This one goes there. That one goes there. He gets those markers back. So that's worth 3 points. And he marks that one. Back over to Black's turn. Do you think he might grab that one and put in over on that side? That has completed that one. So that gets him 6 points. And he covers the blue, because that's pointing at the blue. Back over to White's turn. And White is just going to move this down a little bit so we've got some space. He'll put that there. So he's got green pointing towards green. This white is pointing towards that white. He doesn't have that orange, so he needs to get an orange just here. But he does have that blue. Back over to this side, to Black's turn. So if he takes the orange, he needs to put it in here, here, or here to be able to knock some stuff out. Yeah, he might do that because he's running low on chips. So if he puts that there, that orange is pointing towards that. So he gets that straight back and gets a point. But he's also got this one pointing up. And it's back over to White's turn. White has the choice of putting that piece in. If you put in, he'd put it here, which gets him 2 of the things marked down. Yeah, he probably will actually do that. So what's going to happen, he has white pointing towards white, orange pointing towards orange. This white is pointing there, and that one's pointing there. It's back up to Black's turn. Obviously, he hasn't taken one of these or put it up there. So starting to the next pile. He's going to need to grab this orange. He thinks he'll put it facing that way. With 2 more markers. The white has been covered up. That covers up that orange because orange is pointing towards orange, which means that one is complete. So he gets 10 points. And it's back over to White's turn. He'll take that one and point it that way. So he gets 3 markers in. He's just pointed towards the orange. The other player wants to knock out the blue just here, or he can knock out this blue. So he might do that and knock that blue out, getting another 2 markers on, and that orange is knocked through. Back to this player. He's going to take that one and put it just there, which knocks out that white and that white, but doesn't knock out anything on the actual board. This player now has the choice of this one or the orange. He has a few things pointing towards orange, so what he might do is actually take the orange one, and he could place that there, which is just going to cross that one out. If he places that there, however, that will knock out quite a few. So within that placement, his blue has been covered up, his white is covered up. He doesn't have a green in this line, but this one has knocked out that orange, which gets him another 3 points. Then another 5 of these come out. As this guy's go, he thinks he'll put this one in. So by putting that in there, he's managed to get that one. The problem is that he only has 1 token. There. Sorry, that should have been covered up before. Do apologize. So he needs to have 2 other tokens. So he's going to have to take these 2 red ones, which costs him 2 points per marker. So he's just lost 4 points, but one of them can go down there. Okay, it's back over to Black's turn, and Black thinks he'll put this one in, which doesn't fulfill anything on the board, but what it does do is blue is pointing towards blue, pointing towards white, and pointing towards green. So he's actually got all three of those markers straight away. You can flick that over for another 6 points. Back over to white. White will throw that one in. Now you can use that one to complete this. So he gets those 10 points. This one would get 2 markers on it. Orange is pointing towards orange, blue is pointing towards blue. So he would get those 2 markers back and get the 3 points. And moving forward, it's Black's turn. And Black will grab that one and put it in there. Blue is pointing towards blue. That gets that white out of the way. Okay, White now has the choice of taking that one, which probably isn't a good choice at the moment. So he might take the green and throw that one up there. He thinks he might put that down there. Just move that down so we've got a little bit of space. He might actually place that there, which points at a white and points at an orange. He needs a blue just here, but that's okay. Moving on, back to Black's turn. Black's gonna take this orange and place it in just there. Now that is pointing at the orange. There's nothing else pointing at that orange, but he uses his one because orange is pointing at that, so he gets that back straight away. And he gets his 1 point. Back to white. White really needs to put in a blue one just here, which means he's down to one of those 2. And he thinks he might do that one just in that spot. So that's now pointing at blue, so he gets all 3 of them back. And flicks that tile over for 6 points. He places that on. He's got that point there. He's got a white diagonally. And that's all good. He's still got 1 left. Back to Black. He thinks he's going to go with that one. And if he places it here, that will be the correct maneuver. It's just a matter of which direction these face. He would get none if he faces that way. He'll get the orange if he faces that way. So he'll do that, which means this is now pointing towards the white. So he gets all 4 of these markers back and take his 10 points. And 1, 2, 3 onto there. That's pointing at orange. Back over to white. He has a choice of the blue or the white piece. It's probably worth his while to actually grab the white one. Might put it that way. Now, this white is pointing up there, so he gets those 3 points. 1, 2, 3. This one's pointing at white. So he's still come up 1 short, unfortunately. So he's going to have to take another red one in, which drops him another 2 points. And that orange. Okay, back over to this guy's turn. He doesn't like the looks of using that one. So he's going to use this one. Of course, it's like that, but smaller. So that goes up there for the second. He can now put this in, and he'll put that in there. He has 3 markers, and white, green, and orange. So those 3 markers are saved. He gets his 6 points. And now what we have is these 4 are able to come out and be used by people. So white gets the first choice because he's furthest back in the lineup. And white likes this one pointing that direction because what he can do is that, which gives him those 4 back and 10 points. And then he puts that one on for another point. So it's 11 points total. And then this guy gets to choose one if he wishes. He doesn't have to take one, obviously, but he can choose one if he wishes. He thinks he might take that one because it releases those 3, which gets him 6 points. That's pointing to green. And he then puts 4 markers onto that, with that one's pointing to white already, and that's pointing to blue already. Okay, I think that that is enough of the game for you to get an idea of how everything runs. Of course, I've done everything that's necessary. All you're doing is chasing towards the 75 points with 2 players. So I will leave it there. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.